On this board, we're talking about Ecoa. What is Ecoa? What does Ecoa stand for? Ecoa stands for the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. What year was Ecoa enacted? Ecoa was enacted in 1974. What regulation is Ecoa? Ecoa, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, is Regulation B. What is the purpose of Ecoa? The purpose of Ecoa, the purpose of the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, the purpose of Regulation B is to ensure that all consumers are given an equal chance to obtain credit. When is Ecoa followed? Ecoa must be followed when taking a loan application, evaluating a loan application, approving or denying a loan application. Question: what are the protected classes of Ecoa? There are 8 protected classes of Ecoa. What are the 8 protected classes of Ecoa? The 8 protected classes of Ecoa are sex, race, religion, color, national origin, age, marital status, and public assistance. Now, what are some examples of Ecoa? Well, in order to ensure compliance with Ecoa, lenders and mortgage loan originators should never ask any questions that may be construed as discriminatory. So we need to stay away from all questions that can be perceived as discrimination. For example, never ask a borrower if any portion of his or her income is derived from alimony, child support, or public assistance. But it's okay to ask, hey, are there any other sources of income that you wish to disclose to me? You see the difference between that? We cannot ask them about alimony, child support, or public assistance, but it's okay to ask them if there's any other sources of income that they wish to disclose to us. Another example, never ask a borrower how many children they have or plan to have. So we cannot ask them how many children they have, and we cannot ask them about their future plans for having more children. But it's okay to ask, hey, how many dependents do you have? You see the difference? Huge difference. Here's another example. Never ask a borrower if he or she is single or divorced or widowed. But it's okay to ask a borrower if they are married, unmarried, or separated. Huge difference. Now, because here's the thing, do you see the bigger picture of all this? We must stay away from questions that can be perceived as discrimination. Now, another example is this, regarding age. Regarding age, there's only 2 reasons that we should consider age. Number 1, to make sure that the borrower is old enough to sign a legal contract. Also, we should consider age if the borrower is applying for a reverse mortgage. We need to make sure that he or she is at least 62 years old, right? Because to qualify to have a reverse mortgage, you have to be at least 62 years old. Now, what are the disclosures and notifications regarding Ecoa? Well, so after a borrower gives to us a completed application, we must notify them within 30 days of the decision, right? Within 30 days of a completed application, we must notify them regarding what the decision is, right? And there could be 3 different decisions, right? There are 3 different decisions. Number 1 is if it's approved. If the application is approved, then we're going to be sending them a commitment letter. If the application is incomplete, then we're going to be sending them a notice of incomplete application. And if the application is denied, then we're going to be sending them a statement of adverse action. Now, on the statement of adverse action, we must give them either the specific reasons for the denial, or we must inform them of their right to request specific reasons for the denial, right? All right, so within 30 days of a completed application, if we deny the application, we must either give them the specific reasons for the denial, or we must give them a notice that they have 60 days, right, to request the specific reasons for the denial. Now, if the adverse action was based on data from a consumer credit report, information on the credit reporting agency must also be included, right? Now, here's a special note. If a loan applicant applies for credit and it is to be secured by a lien on a dwelling, then the borrower must receive notice of the right to receive a copy of the appraisal report. And we must give them that notice within 3 business days of the completed application. Now, if an application is denied based on the appraisal report, the consumer has the right to request the appraisal report that we used, right? And by the way, they have 90 days to request that appraisal report. And if they request it, then we have 30 days to give it to them. Now, if the application is actually approved, the applicant should receive the appraisal no later than 3 business days prior to the close of a first lien loan. Question for you. What is the enforcement of Ecoa? Ecoa disclosures must be retained for 25 months. 25 months, so that's 2 years and 1 month, right? Ecoa disclosures must be retained for 25 months. And that makes sense because civil action may be filed within 24 months, 2 years. Now, the penalty for violation of Ecoa is $10,000 per violation. So, to recap, Ecoa is the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. It was enacted in 1974. It's Regulation B, and the purpose is to ensure that all consumers are given an equal chance to obtain credits. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time on the next video.